it as a gold block,
What's
so
up?
he's able
What's up?
to like have it without messing up the gold in the hole already, and is out purling to the bastion. Has the pork chops as well for better food over the cod, and there's the fort, Parker. This is basically a 4 flat, low 4 fort for Hax here, just deciding on where to pearl to get up. But Aquacorn's also leaving, so not far
And-
behind still.
But purling, I believe Curry in a different direction, unless I'm mistaken. Is this a different fortress?
No, I think this is the same fort. They just took a little bit different. It looked a little bit different with the pearl hang. And Aquacor's also entering from a much better spot potentially because he's in the good part the whole time. Hax does get to the spawner first, but Aquacord is at least in the good part, could find the spawner and make up a little bit of time here. I mean, Hax has had a decisive advantage throughout, but if Aquacord's able to get to a spawner just soon, it could still be possible for him to catch up even more in the late game here.
Yeah, I think his pearls to the fort were better, but now he's just like lost in the sauce, not looking so great. And when you have that iron axe, iron sword combo, there's not going to be much time to make up on pre-crafting, on killing blazes, especially with somebody like Hax. We've seen lights out crafting, even just in the bastion, crafting that axe, that sword, the beds, all in a handful of seconds.
And it's a double spawner, Parker, so that's going to be something where Hax is already at 4 rods. I mean, going to be blinding soon here. Still has so much to pre-craft, but let's take just watch Hax's screen. Look how fast he was able to clear his inventory, get all the pre-crafts done, craft gold pickaxes, everything in his inventory is organized, and he still has blazes to kill. Like, 0 time loss on the side of Hax there. Just so incredibly well done. He's going to kill this extra blaze potentially for a 7th rod. Gets it. Doesn't even need to pick up the eyes now. Building the portal higher up to try and not get caved, even though ranked filters for that, and is now blinding. I mean, Parker, that was a textbook spawner split from Hax.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard you've been working on some tutorial stuff. Maybe you just chuck that one in there. It was brilliant.
I mean, yeah, that was pretty good.
That
was pretty good from Hax there. 294 offset. Isn't that? It is. It's a 296 blind.
Wow.
It's gonna be right here. It's gonna be really difficult for Aquacord to make up time when it's so close. And this is where we see the gold pickaxes come in so clutch for Hax, utilizing the offhand slot as well to make it even quicker. Very well done. Digging down now. I mean, this is just so unbelievably well played. And it's also great that he had the 7 rods because he didn't have to waste time picking up the eyes in the ocean. That can also be annoying. And the gold pickaxe is saving so much time here. Building the portal sub 630. I mean, this could be sub 8, Parker.
This is a fast match, and it's best case scenario for Hax too. Being ahead, there's no time to make up on this like such short travel, especially with the gold picks. And look, Hax, fast stronghold nav, easy nav, and he's in sub 7.
I mean, this is incredibly well played. This whole seed is one of the best played seeds I've seen in ranked plebs. This is unbelievable. Can he close it out with a 0 cycle here? It looks like a pretty difficult tower. Gonna have to go for the side setup here. It's back 103. The setup is being built. It's a little bit awkward here. Gets there in time. No arrows. So there is no backup. Has to hit this 0 cycle. It's not the easiest, but Hax is going to be comfortable in these situations. A lot of anchors are going to make it awkward. I mean, this is not set in stone done. This should be enough here with 1 more anchor. Is it going to kill the dragon? Yes, it is. And Hax will be taking a 2-0 lead after an incredibly well-played buried treasure.
Really
and
fast.
I think just from watching that, Parker, it's pretty clear to see how this guy has a sub 9 average on buried treasures.
Yeah, Hax always bringing his A games. He seems to get the fastest completions in these ranked players. Look at him.
That's really good.
Doing a little bit of show off. That was a nice 0 though.
A 745 0.
When you go for a bow there, realize you don't have arrows, it can be a lot scarier. Don't get crazy damage.
I was gonna say that. Like, how many times do you try to pull back the bow and you don't have arrows and you're just like, uh-oh. Like, it's just immediately a terrifying feeling because it becomes like, oh, like, hopefully I hit this. Like, it's gonna be good to, oh, I just used my anchors to set this up. I have to hit this 1 cycle or a 0 cycle. I have to hit this. And just like that, Parker, Hax is a 1 game away from being top 3 6 times in a row in playoffs. 1 game away from potentially competing in his first finals since what? I want to say season 6, I want to say. No, season 5 was the last time that Hax was in finals. So I'm sure He's super excited to try and get there, but Aquacord's not going to make it easy again. Like, I think Aquacord actually did quite a good job of, like, making up time there, like, crawling back, like, a little bit. But Hax just played so well that it was just so impossible with the double spawner plus the short distance. Like, the end game, there was just no variance for Aquacord to make up time.
100%. And if it's anything like we've been seeing in this season, let's hope for not another 3-0 Curry. I don't want this to be the 3-0 season.
Listen, actually, I have something to say, because Oliver mentioned this before we got on the broadcast, and I'm saying it on the broadcast because I'm holding him to it. We're not having long intermissions today because every player needs to be ready to go, because it's just go, 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 go. So even if potentially we get a 3-0, we're not going to have like a 20-minute wait. But also, I don't want a 3-0. Let's not have a 3-0. Let's have 20 more minutes of
nice.
instead of a 20-minute waiting screen. So I'm excited. We'll see what the third seed is. I mean, Aquacord needs to find a line here to make up time. I mean, definitely has dealt with like a little bit more weirdness, I would say, like a little bit more variance. Like we saw the gas, but also Hax is just playing so well, I feel. I mean, the thing that stands out to me again, like the gold pick crafts and the terrain to the Bastion, Parker, those were two things that just gave him such a lead.
Yeah, maybe Aquacord made up a tiny bit of time, like getting to the fortress, but I agree. I think that Bastion terrain was just so critical. Going around the right, it was just beautiful terrain for Hax all the way up to the Chalice.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Aquacord, Ruin Portal. It's going to be tough against someone like Hax. Obviously, we've seen what Hax can do already in Ruin Portal seed types. But again, I cannot stress this enough. Aquacord is no slouch. I mean, anyone playing at this point is no slouch. Absolutely has the potential to bring this back. I mean, Aquacord's been 3-0'd someone yesterday, knows what it's like to be on the other side of this, wants to try and bring it back with the reverse sweep here with a Ruin Portal. And I think it's going to depend a lot, Parker, on what type of Ruin Portal it's going to be. Are we going to see another quick Obsidian completion? Are we going to see something where these players aren't going to have an Iron Pickaxe entering? It's going to be interesting.
It will be interesting. And I think if Aquacord can iron out one or two of those mistakes or different decisions that he's making, he's really in contention here. I want to see them both enter the end at the same time and have it come down to who can hit the better zero. That's
Absolutely
what I'm hoping for.
Agree. Absolutely agree. I want to see it. At least let's get it close into the stronghold. Let's see the nav race happen at least. I want to see some crazy stuff happen. Very excited to see what type of Ruin Portal this is going to end up being. It's going to be on a coast. It's Obsidian completable. This could be fast, although the wood is a little bit farther than either of these runners probably would have liked. And it's an enchanted golden apple, Parker, with the ability to make a flint and steel and an iron pickaxe. Wow.
Yeah, this is interesting, you know? I think there's like two primary places you're going to use the notch. Maybe as you're purling to the fortress to overlap all that pearl damage. You also get fire res, but you can also just save it for purling, traveling to second.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh, look at all these creepers. Yeah,
oh, wow.
Actually use them. Get some stone for yourself.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
And there's the variance coming in finally on the other side of this matchup, though, so far. I like that Hax still crafts the stone sword, by the way. The sword becomes such an integral part of the fortress split for so many runners in this matchup. And Hax just being able to craft it there. There is no real difference between stone and iron sword here. So having that is really nice. Aquacord deciding against it for now. Both players just going to get some wood. And I don't think this is going to matter too much, Parker, but I mean, Hax had to deal with the creepers, but also, hey, 20 free dirt. That's not bad, no?
No, that's a great point. You know, something that could be a bad situation, turn it into a good one, get some extra blocks here. We do have a little bit of crimson, so maybe if there's like a free hog, then you can get it somewhere. But a notch should be able to carry you through the whole seed.
Yeah, and look at this difference in terrain. Aquacord taking Aquacord's taking the same exact, or Hax is taking the same exact terrain, just a little bit slower because Hax entered quicker. We're going to see this is a stables Bastion, no triple at the top. So not the greatest type of Bastion that these runners want to see here. Obviously, still going to be fine, going to be able to get their trades and everything, but not going to be able to do a ridiculously quick route. Very curious to see what these runners decide to do. Aquacord's got something up his sleeve here with breaking the chest. Going to go down this hole into the middle of the Bastion and has the good gap on the right to start the route after punching a pig. But Parker, Hax made up so much time somehow that they're starting the route at the exact same time.
Yeah, not sure really what the difference was there. Hax a little bit down on hunger. Seeds like this is very important not to take a ton of damage. Even if it's just a long seed, you might even run out of hunger, even if you have the health from the knock. You know, you get like 8 absorption hearts or something ridiculous. Taking minimal damage here is going to be important. And I'm not sure, was there any open terrain near the bottom here? It looks like there's some lava.
It looks like maybe a little bit out here, but it just looked like there was a lot of terrain around this Y level. Looks like, again, in this little gap where there's some pigs that you let in while Hax is grabbing this gold block. A great spot to do the pie charting, by the way. Yeah, there's a little bit of terrain there where Hax just was, but not an incredible amount. I think it's going to depend a lot on what direction the fortress was. Aquacord pie charting now finds the direction. It's going to be positive X for these runners. I'm a little bit less sure about that terrain because the open terrain here is behind them and they need to go the same direction that the Bastion is facing.
Yeah, like we know there's terrain up at the top there, and so like maybe if they hadn't looted the top chest, they could have started the route better or faster, saved a little bit of time. Maybe there's like some side exit that they can use to make up some difference. But it looks like, is Hax? No, Hax is just getting a pearl hang off here.
Leaving.
Is he?
I don't think
How
this
many
is. I don't think
yeah,
this is.
He only has 6 on his hot bar.
I think he has 17 total. No, is going to go back down. Get the pearl hang off. Not enough stuff to leave yet. Gonna check trades now. Has everything. Not a ton of explosives.
Is now out. Already got a pearl hang on like a lower side portion of the terrain. Didn't have to go to the top, the same place that Hax did to set us pearl. And I think is now just going to be ahead.
What a great pearl as well. I mean, this terrain from Aquacord that he took is phenomenal and has the enchanting golden apple to eat now. Going to regen basically all of his health. I'm not sure exactly how much, but it's going to be close to full, plus the absorption. And both runners are in the fortress. It's going to come down to which one finds the spawner first. It's going to be Aquacord. Hax, no spawner in sight yet. Now in the part of the fortress that Aquacord was just at. Going to see the spawner shortly. And just like that, we have a game on our hands. Aquacord is ahead by about 10 to 15 seconds.
This is what he needs, you know? His back is against the wall, and he played that hurling so well.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have a blaze bed to...
So they are on 5 explosives exactly. They're on 5 explosives exactly. So Aquacord probably wants to keep that for the 0 cycle. I know Hax had the 2 beds craft, or actually I think 4 explosives total, because Hax can make an anchor, I believe. I'm pretty sure, unless he got a late glowstone trade or they get glowstone later on. When I was looking at Hax's trades, he had 2 full beds crafted, he had 30 string, and then 12 glowstone, I think. So I think they only have 4 explosives. Yeah, they do, as Aquacord only has that. So we might have to see a 2+2 again on the 0 from Aquacord or Hax to really seal this game, as Aquacord's going to be blinding now.
And I don't even think Hax can't even make an anchor. He only has 3 glowstone.
Yeah, they can.
I think he only has...
Oh, does he only have 3 beds instead of 4?
He only has 3. I think he only has 2 beds, and that's it. I'm not...
No. He has 6 wool. He has 6 wool for
now.
sure.
Okay,
he has 6 wool for sure, and I know I saw a bed in his inventory. I don't think he blaze bedded. I don't see any sheep as well.
Oh, he does have a blaze bed in his inventory. Because I think he used a bed.
There is sheep on blind. There is sheep on blind.
And that's gonna matter for Hax, getting a lot of wool here.
And look at how many, like, Aquacord, I feel like, has been in this blind split for so long. Threw 3 eyes while we were talking about Hax. How did we throw 3 eyes? Also, isn't getting the sheep. It's just re-entering the nether here.
And this is not good. You know, it is a double spawner, so there's less incentive to bring a lot of blaze, but also maybe it's not.
Oh my god! Apparently, the llama's pushed for so long. Threw 3 eyes while we were talking about Hax. 2 brokey through 5 eyes. Oh my god, that's unreal. That's actually unreal. Wow. Hax looks like he's leaving as well.
You know, not too far ahead, though.
At the same time.
This is still a close match.
Here we go.
0. Both just racing the cords. Who's going to get there first? Who can manage the coordinates in their head? Where they need to go?
They're both like right here. They're building at the same time.
Oh my gosh. This is what we need.
This is what we've been waiting for the 4 days of ranked playoffs. They're both in the stronghold at the same time. What's the preemptive going to look like?
Close match.
Getting a decent spike. Aquacord as well. Both heading the same direction, I think.
A real close match.
Oh, no, this is different. This is
See whose nav's better.
It is the same. No.
Oh, wow.
There it is for Hax. There is for Aquacord behind.
Hax got it.
This can come down to 0, Curry. Who's gonna hit the
has to
zero?
hit the 2+2 though. Aquacord has to hit the 2+2. Hax has a lot more leeway in the 0 cycle. It's gonna be doable. It's 99 or it's gonna be 91 tower.
Hax might get it.
Aquacord can go to 99 easily here and go for the 2+2. We saw him hit this exact same 0. He's pushing 103.
He's gonna do it.
Oh no!
Oh,
It's so close. Oh no way.
No, wait, but he's recovering. No, there's no way he does.
I don't
this.
think it's possible.
If he hits the 0, I'm just gonna like freak out.
I don't think it's possible with the little amount of explosives that he has. I respect the effort, but with all of that, Hax closed out with a clean 0 to win 3.
Wow, that was really good. That was really impressive.
The Llamas, Parker, the decision to not go for Sheep, the decision to push for 103 off of 91 with only
that is
4
crazy.
explosives. Just an unbelievable end game there for both runners. The decision making was so interesting, and we got a crazy back and forth game where it ends with Hax heading to the grand finals. The decision to push for 103
this is truly crazy. That is crazy.
Just an unbelievable.
But at the end of the day, we got both the runners in the end at nearly the same time.
So interesting.
That was cinema.
And
that's
we
what
got
I like about
crazy back and forth. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I'm really impressed. I mean, the decision to push for 103.
This is truly crazy.
1 tower. There is no universe that exists that I am going to 103. Like, that is just never happening ever. Like, I am never going to 103. Mad props to Aquacord. I obviously understand why you're entering the end at the same time as your opponent. You want to push that extra height to push that with only 4 explosives when you're down 0-2. I love that Aquacord left absolutely everything in the game there. Just unfortunately wasn't enough to pull it off. Mad props. I obviously understand why you're
it's better.
Absolutely incredible performance.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Hello.
Props. Like, he
push
got
that with only 4 explosives.
Just didn't
when you're down
0-2 far enough.
I love that
like,
Aquacord
a good enough angle. 2 places first bed.
Everything in the game there.
You know, even tried for a good recovery too.
Unfortunately, wasn't enough.
Mad
props.
Hello. It's better.
He's playing in grand finals.
I totally agree. Hax is moving on to playing grand finals, and he is down 0-2. I love that. And I mean, after him and Mummy yesterday, I don't know how I feel about either of them getting a microphone again. I mean, I say that jokingly. I'm always excited to hear what Hax is gonna say. I'm very interested to see what he thoughts
better.
Everything that's gone on so far. Hax, welcome in. Congratulations. My first thing, you're in grand finals for the first time since season 5.
I think that's better.
9-0 so far in this playoffs. How are you feeling? I say that jokingly. I'm always excited to hear.
I'm not gonna lie, a bit of foreboding.
It's better.
I made the same exact run, 9-0 into the finals,
you're in grand finals for the first time since season 5.
I don't know.
I think that's better.
9-0 so far.
I know nothing is guaranteed. It's like you can be on world record pace. You can have like the dragon could be like 0 ball and then it flies on like 99 or something, you know? It's like Crix never got world record. Even if you are like super likely to get something, it's never promised, you know? So I don't know. I just need I need to hopefully not get too in my head about it. But I'm honestly really proud of how I played in this match. I was super nervous going in. Like, I was definitely way more stressed out than I was yesterday and like the week before. But like, I don't know. I swear I was playing so well. I don't know how, but I was playing so well.
No, I absolutely. I think the second seed specifically, like, was one of the best played seeds I've ever seen in ranked playoffs. Like, that was just an incredible performance. Have you done anything differently in the last 24 hours to kind of prepare for today, prepare for grand finals, or anything just different? Or are you kind of sticking to your same routine that you normally have when practicing for ranked?
I don't know. I think I was more nervous. Like I said, I was more nervous going into this match, and usually, like, I change the music. Like, if I'm too stressed out, I need to, like, play something more calm. And today I pulled out, like, normally I listen to this when I study, so I pulled out the studying music. Animal Crossing, Ambience, Cozy, Antique Cafe, Chatter, Lo-Fi, Smooth, and Jazz. Music playlist.
Classic.
I guess I don't know. Maybe that just, like, makes something click in my brain, and I was like, so well, I have no clue.
That's awesome. Parker, what do you got?
That is awesome. Were there any seeds? Okay, so you play with advancements. Aquacord didn't, and he didn't see that you got Obsidian on one of the seeds. Does that ever like throw off your game? Do you have any thoughts on like choosing to play with advancements? How much are you paying attention to that? Like in a high stakes match like this, are you looking at it getting stressed out, especially that last match where everything's close, or are you just locked in on your own performance?
Well, you don't really get stressed out if you're ahead. I think advancements on is really a test of your mental when you're behind. So, and I was like ahead on every split basically. So, like it stressed me out in going to the end on that 3rd seed, but I don't know. I didn't really have like any challenges with advancements on just because I was ahead. But it is like, in my opinion, I don't pay attention too much to it just because it can get in your head. But also like, it's just good to have objectively because you can see like if they get obby or something and it's like, oh, I missed a blacksmith. Oh, I missed. Or like if you played Manhunt and they did top down, if there's no obby in top down, then it's like, oh, I just saved like 20 seconds because I don't have to go up, you know? So I don't know. I think it's objectively correct. It's just hard when you're behind. It's really, really hard to play with advancements on when you're behind. Like I've tried advancements off, but it's like a different type of stress. It's like if you have it off, it's like what if there's so much further ahead and I don't know, you know? It's like a different thing. So I don't know. It's kind of pick your poison in that sense.
No, that's a great point. That's a great point. I mean, you were the first match of today. You win 3-0. You get to sit here now for grand finals. You got 2 games before your next match.
Like, go where now?
Any words to Infume or Mungi? You're going to be playing the winner of that. Any predictions, any ideas going on for that match? And after you say that, what are you kind of going to do to prepare for grand finals while you're waiting?
Well, hopefully the curse is about to kick in and Mungi wins and Infume is nervous, but I don't know. No, Infume like is an insane player. Like I'm scared of playing Infume. I'm also scared of Mungi. They're both just like really, really good players. I want to see Mungi win though. Like I'm biased. I don't care. I'm biased. I want to see Mungi win.
That's awesome. Amazing. Well, thank you so much. Congratulations on the win. Best of luck in grand finals later. Surely you'll be in the booth again. And I'm looking forward to seeing a great grand finals matchup. And if you 4-0, we're gonna have to have some words up.
Yeah, we'll have to have a talk.
We'll have to figure something out. But congratulations and best of luck in grand finals, Hax.
Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, that was our first match of the day. Parker, another 3-0, but I have to say, even if it's a 3-0, it is always just a treat watching Hax just play at an unbelievably high level, and we got to see that in this matchup.
I totally agree. I love the way he talked about his mental. I think he's in a really good position because, yeah, he has been in the same situation before, lost to Priffy in grand finals after having, like, lost no seeds. So, like, nothing's guaranteed. And I think if you're going into that match with that, you're not, like, assuming anything. Maybe you're not putting as much pressure on yourself. And now I'm just excited to get into our next match.
Yeah, absolutely. And our next match is a big one. It's going to be Infume versus Big Mungi. Infume, rank 1 last season, got knocked out in the first round, a huge upset, and comes back this season, beats Feinberg 3-1, beats Loki 3-0, and now the only thing standing between Infume and redemption from last season is a pink monkey, Parker. Any quick predictions as we look at the bracket here before we head over to a very quick break? What is your predictions here for this matchup as we take a look at the bracket?
My prediction, I think they're both very similar style of player, and I think I'm going to go Infume here. I think Infume just has a slight edge, you know? Maybe I just want to see that YouTube video. I'm a huge fan of those. But you're facing a pink monkey, like, geez, bro. That scares me.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be an incredible matchup.
Wow, I'm really excited. No, Loki lost.
Do not go anywhere, anyone watching. Do not go anywhere because we have this matchup, and then after that matchup, we'll have Aquacord playing in the 3rd place matchup, going up against the loser of this next one. But before we head to Infume versus Mungi, we have a quick video to show all of you, and it's going to be Vstrid explaining Buried Treasure Overworlds to you, and that's been edited by Lore. So shout out all our editors, and seriously, shout out all the players who have put in the effort. I was talking to Oliver about this. A lot of these players like script these videos themselves, talk about what they want to talk about for these overworld types. So it's really impressive. I'm really grateful that the players are putting in effort to show you guys something really cool about, you know, maybe their thought process on a lot of these overworlds. So shout out Vstrid, shout out Lore, and when we get back, we'll have Infume versus Big Mungi.
Hi, I'm Vstrid, and I'm here to tell you about the Buried Treasure seed type in MCSL Ranked.
10-minute animation.
Or BT for short, is the 2nd Ocean seed type in Ranked, and is the only seed type that is not available for players below Emerald rank. A buried treasure will always contain a guaranteed 4 to 8 cooked fish. The ranked filter also guarantees that you will get enough materials to craft an iron or a diamond pickaxe, and 4 extra iron to craft a bucket and flint and steel. Additionally, the BT has a chance to generate with TNT, which is useful for getting lots of wood and blocks to navigate the nether with, and an iron sword, which top runners will use during the port split to kill blazes. Now you might be wondering, how do you even find a buried treasure? Well, you could locate a shipwreck or an ocean ruin and use a chest from inside the structure to find a buried treasure map. However, doing so is really slow and inconsistent. Instead, speedrunners like to find their buried treasure using a strategy called Mapless, which was discovered by Talking Mime in 2021. Mapless is done by making the pie chart appear by pressing F3 while holding Shift. Then, navigate to Root, Game Renderer, Level, and Entities by pressing the numbers.
It is very good to know to do this.
This pie chart tells us that there is some kind of block entity inside of a chunk that's currently being rendered on our screen. This could for example be a bed, a mob spawner, or a chest in our case. When the edge of a block entity chunk becomes visible on screen, the orange part of the pie will begin to increase, and this behavior is what we can use to find where our chest is. Make sure to set your render distance to 5 or 8 to make fewer chunks visible, and decrease your entity distance to 50%. Make chunk borders visible with F3 and G. Then swing your mouse in either direction with the pie chart open until your orange spike appears. Note where the edge of the screen was when the spike appeared and turn the opposite direction while closing the pie chart, and do the same thing again. When you've crossed the chunk border and see a spike in every direction, this indicates that you're in the same chunk as the chest. Navigate your player to the 9-9 coordinate inside of the chunk and dig down. On rare seeds, you might run into an unintended structure on your island, such as a shipwreck with less than 7 iron or a ruined portal that can't be completed. If there are no other spikes anywhere, you can dig down in the same chunk and there will most likely be a buried treasure. After looting the
That's
chest,
good to know, I did not know that.
The overworld is very similar to how you play a shipwreck seed. While you're going
Is
to
it
retreat,
broken? I
always make
can't
sure to check
see
your surroundings for
chat.
any deep-looking ravines and kelp floating on the surface, because you'll need to find a magma ravine. Use TNT, shears, or your axe to collect blocks and logs for later in the run, and head out into the ocean to find your nether enter.
Alright, 6.5 minutes. I don't know why. Wait, I'm streaming at 1044p. Am I actually? Settings. My bitrate is at 10,000. That's a lot. At like 7,500. Video. I don't know. Oh well. OBS isn't even using much. It's kind of stupid. How am I'm using so much memory. I don't even like have much open. Why does bad on that need to be open? It just insists on opening stuff. That is so much. Oh, okay. Oh.
Welcome back, everyone, to the semifinals of
We are back.
MCSO ranked playoffs. Parker, we're back. It's Imperium versus Mungie. It's the second semifinals match. We just had a crazy 3-0 for Hacks. And the winner of this will take on Hacks it's a pretty interesting matchup. I know before the break we were talking about it. You had predicted Infium to take this up on top. Why do you think that, Parker? Why do you think Infium's going to win this?
I think it's just like we're saying, they're very similar playstyles. I think he's just like, even on the stats, he's got slightly better stuff. Like right now, he's like number 2. Mungi's like number 8 or something. So it's not a crazy difference, but if I'm having to guess, I think just he's gonna slightly edge out Mungi here. Yeah, and hopefully a best of 5. Sorry, we should just stop saying that. Maybe we're cursing it. Maybe we're cursing it.
It could be a back and forth match. I mean, maybe that's the problem. Maybe the problem is like we should go into these, be like, you know what? Mungi's 3-0 win. Mungi's 3-0. You know what? That's it. We're just going to like predict the 3-0 and then it will go to a seed 5. Maybe that's what we need to do.
Yeah. Reverse psychology with the script writers.
Exactly. But just to give these runners a little bit more time, we're not fully set up yet. We want to show you a very exciting video about a future element of MCSR rank that is coming very shortly to you guys. So we're going to show you a very cool video and then we'll talk more about Infium versus Mungi.
I'm going to be choosing Minecraft version 1.16.1. Click the .jar link, the path here, and folder name.
Go back to your multi-MC and paste it into this import from zip location.
Oh wait, that's cool. That's really cool. That is really useful. I don't know, I've never seen this before. I've never seen this before. That's cool.
Yo, mods, give Redlime $700 billion to keep developing everything for MCSR in the future. I mean, Parker, I don't know anything about any development at all, but I know everyone's hyped about it, and it's going to make everyone's life a lot easier, accessibility-wise. I think it's so awesome. I think it's so freaking cool.
I think it really is. You know, like technical difficulties when you're getting into something like speedrunning, you need to know so much stuff. If you don't have the Java installed, like that is just such an easy way to compile everything that you need in one spot. Like shout out Redlime. Like I don't know, I've never coded anything, but that's like so cool. You know, sometimes I feel like an expert in technical difficulties, not as much as somebody like Draconics, but I've had many hours of like trying to get walls set up, installing right mods. This is just like awesome, especially anybody watching right now. If you've ever wanted to get into speedrunning, look forward to that. That'll be super easy and awesome. Very exciting.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I cannot wait. Make sure you stay updated with that by following along in the Ranked Discord, on the Ranked socials, on Redlime socials. I mean, the dude is incredible, and we're so lucky to have him as a developer with MCSR Ranked and creating the mod and just being an incredible person in the community. So that gave our runners a little bit of time to prepare, to stall for them, and get back to this matchup. We could probably take a quick look at the runner statistics between these two. We have Infume, ELO world record holder, first to 2,500, the 1.7 world record holder. I've heard, Parker, I've heard a really serious rumor that's absolutely true going around, that if Infume makes the finals, LeBron will be performing.
Whoa!
At the ranked
LeBron.
finals. This is true statement.
That's crazy. I'm not sure who has that much pull in.
LeBron, eh?
That's true. I mean, I've heard.
That's what I want to see. That's what.
Mr. LeBron now.
No, but in all seriousness, I mean, Infume has won more times against Mungi, has the higher win percentage, has the faster rank time, has the actually
gotta get LeBron.
Technically, if we want to get technical, Parker.
Oh,
Mungi's best rank time now is a 6:51 because of yesterday.
Oh, wait.
That's a really good time.
If we want to get technical.
6:51 is
so
like
technical, you know? I mean,
6:51 is such a good time.
Oh, and yeah. He has a 6:37 apparently. Okay, never mind. That's fine.
Oh,
I mean, it's a really good matchup, Parker. It's a really good matchup. What do you think stands out for you on the screen?
What stands out to me, I always like going to that ranked average time. I think it's pretty significant, you know, 38 seconds of difference in favor of Infume. Infume just looking like he has, I think, a better stat on everything. So looking scary, but we've always seen upsets. That's what my eye goes to, though. Ranked average time first.
No, I think
looks like Infume has a good chance. Infume has a really good chance, it seems like.
Around the same games played, Infume looks to have like a little bit more this season. And that's maybe even more so impressive that his win rate is 72% with playing as much as he has. But I mean, we've seen, Loki and Dugile are out. I mean, to be fair, Loki got knocked out by Infume, but Dugile got knocked out by Mungi. I mean, these are the two players who took out what I think a lot of people thought were to be the two scariest players in this tournament. So I really think either of these players feel like they can win right now.
I totally agree. Completely. I'm looking at their stats. I mean, these are just some of the best players in the world, you know, even if there are slight differences here.
They are. I really feel like regardless of like when you get a little bit higher, but like anything over a 60% average, like a 60% win rate in ranked is just ridiculously impressive. And both players have that. We could see the consistency on both sides. Very impressive. I mean, Infume nearly topping out at 70 plus for everything. Mungi 60 plus for everything except Buried Treasure. Really interesting stats here. But again, as you're saying, Infume's kind of got the edge on everything. It's going to be difficult for Mungi to find a way to make up time in some places. But I think that's a skill, Parker, that Mungi kind of has. He just makes up time everywhere, so it wouldn't be too surprising if he's able to figure something out on any of these seeds.
I will be back in a second.
You know, I like to say Magic Mungi, you know, Magic Magenta Mungi. It's just like sometimes you're watching him, he's behind by 20 seconds. You look back, he's ahead by 10 seconds. You're like, how the heck did this pink monkey just do that? He just has this innate ability to perform magic, and that's what I want to see here in this next match.
It's going to be really, really exciting. I'm very much looking forward to seeing what these players are thinking about for the bans and the picks and everything. We can take a look at that now. Mungi is going to ban Desert Temple. The chat's not going to like that. Infume is going to ban Village and pick Ruined Portal, though. So that's exciting. We're going to see a quick seed right off the bat, potentially. I mean, we've seen a lot of crazy Ruined Portal seeds throughout this tournament. We've seen Looting. We've seen Enchanted Golden Apple.
Oh my God,
we've seen just very fast enters off the Ruined Portal. So curious to see what this one's going to look like, but I think these runners can expect to go pretty fast right off the jump here in this matchup.
I totally agree. I like the ban of Desert Temple from Mungi. I think Desert Temple, I kind of associate Infume with that. You know, he gave the tutorial on it, so that makes sense in my head. Infume banning Village, that's totally fine too, and I'm excited to see what kind of Ruined Portal. Will we get another Looting Sword? We're about to find out.
I'm waiting. I'm really waiting for like the 3 iron fire charge lava portal that you have to make where you just get like
where it's super awkward.
Like I want to get the most awkward rune portal C type because we didn't even really touch on that, Parker. Like these 2 players are not players that rely on their mechanics. These are players who think about the game better than anyone else. They are so good at thinking critically about their situation, how to get out of a scary situation, how to make the best of anything going on for them. And I'm really excited to see how that looks in this matchup. And Mungi typing a lot of letters. And we're seeing
my goodness.
That's some golden carrots. That's a completable rune portal. That's going to be pretty easy to be able to just pretty much enter here right off the jump after these runners get some wood.
Yeah, the only things that could have been better is having a gold axe and maybe a bit more iron to make an iron pick, but this is a very good quality. You're not going to have to get any food. You only need 1 more ingot, and I'm not sure, I didn't see on either player's screen what this sword enchantment is, but you can always use that for distraction. Smite 5, okay. So you could save that, honestly, for like a wither skeleton. Maybe that doesn't one-shot it.
Yeah, I'm not sure if gold one-shots a wither skeleton with Smite 5. I don't think it does, but I mean, you can just keep it for distraction, and we're going to have the 2 iron on enter. We also have 4 nuggets after.
We are so back.
It's looking pretty good that runners are going to be able to.
We are so goddamn back.
Relatively easily in the Bastion. We could see Infium actually offhanding the sword to be able to probably just throw it easily whenever necessary. Just swap the offhand and press Q. Mungi taking pretty much the same terrain as Infium, but neither runner seeing the Bastion yet. It looks like a pretty enclosed seat here.
Yeah, it could get a little awkward. Maybe you find a crevice or a ravine that leads to it that the other player doesn't. Infium going really high here. Mongi low now. Is he going to push the same direction? Looking at these caves. I like Infium's terrain here. Still haven't seen it though. And it looks like Mongi's just going to be digging straight through the wall. So this could be really punishing if it doesn't open up. Meanwhile, Infium looking really good. Where's the Bastion though?
Yeah, where is the Bastion? I don't think either runner loves this. There's the Bastion on both sides, but Infium's going to be entering from a much better position, keeping the high ground on
Twitch
top of this
lag?
bridge Bastion. Mungi has some blocks to work with, but it's just going to be awkward to get to the Chalice here. If it was maybe any other Bastion, like maybe going lower here, if it was housing would be good. You know, you may be able to do a manhunt route or something, but for Mungi here, it's going to be weird. We're going to have to head up, but we do need iron. I completely forgot about that, actually.
Yeah, and so you can't even prioritize.
Chalice, he did get the iron from the chest. Able to check it here for Mungi. Does he get it in this triple? Yes, he does.
So it should be nice and easy going from here. Not the craziest food in the world. Infium down to 4 golden carrots, but that should be fine. I don't think we've seen a fortress. Oh, and we see a fortress on Infium's screen. Just we behind the Bastion. It looks like you could play either triple. It's looking like. Not sure what route these players are going to go, but I think both will probably have similar purling.
Oh, the hoggling for Mungi, though, has to break a block. I really like this route from Infium. Going for the Sug route here on the bridge. I think this makes a lot of sense because I'm assuming he checked the other side for his iron, so already checked those chests. Going this way when you triple allows you to just check more chests while you're routing the Bastion without having to backtrack. So I really like that play. Mungi, will see as he's starting his route. Are we going to do a similar thing? No, just going to go for Donkey Kong, actually, on the other side. This introduces some variants. Mungi falling off the bridge, potentially some nerves coming in right off the jump here.
Oh, it's just auto.
I mean, Infium immediately taking a pretty commanding lead, maybe thanks to the golf he's watching on his second monitor right now, Parker.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that. If he's watching a golf video and wins playoffs,
we gotta get sponsored by PGA or something. Like we gotta make some calls. We gotta make some calls. I'll have my people call your people, and we'll make it happen. Mungi doing the route. A lot of piglins, gonna get a little bit more in the hole here, but Infium, with doing this other triple, is able to get such a great pearl hang off to the fort and has pretty much everything he needs. Actually gonna be leaving now. I mean, Parker, this is a sub 4 spawner for Infium. A crazy fast seed, even though we didn't start with an iron pickaxe.
Yeah, looking very good. And I don't think Mungi's made any crazy, terrible mistakes yet. I mean, he's taken worse terrain, maybe played the Bastion a little bit slower, went to the wrong side. So just making slight mistakes here and there that are just slowly adding up. And before you know it, he's 20 seconds behind Infium here.
I mean, at least 20 seconds behind. Infium has so many strays past this spawner as well. Look on the top of the bad part of the fort. There's like 4 or 5 places there. Also offhanding the pickaxe. It's a gold mending pick. Love that play. But talk about the strays on Mungi's side as well. This could be huge to get Mungi back in the game here.
Just turn this down.
To the strays that he has, going to depend a lot here on
Like
how
5,000.
many places it takes to
That
kill
should
to get
be
the rods. I
better.
mean, Infume has like 7 here as well. Both players getting fed strays, not needing to worry about the spawner at all right now.
And managing those Wither Skeletons well too. Infume letting them down from a ledge. Really nice play there. And it's just gonna really depend on rates.
Still lagging.
How many
Oh
rods
my
are we
goodness.
sitting at? I'm not sure. Those two didn't drop.
Wow.
Mongi purling
at
around still
4.
on 4 rods. What's Infume
But
at?
Infume has so many blazes still. I
Oh
mean, he
my
has to have killed so
gosh.
many.
That's
I see
just
a lot on
annoying.
the
That's really
ground for
annoying.
Infume. I'm not sure if he sees that. Killing so many blazes here. That's going to be...
It's really
6 for
annoying.
Infume. Gets the
And this
one
is
on the
where Iron
ground there.
Sword really matters.
Yeah, absolutely. Both players like cranking with the Iron Sword to be able to kill more blazes. Monkey, I think, only 1 or 2 blazes off, so maybe a little bit behind, but at the spawner, able to pre-craft while
No, who
I
left?
believe
No.
still has to. I'm not 100% if we missed that. or
I'm
not.
back.
Crafting gold picks. Here's the blazes. Does Monkey get the 6th rod here? Has to kill more still. Infume does still have to pre-craft while Monkey has that set up, but Infume really needs to get the rod here, and he does.
Yeah, it looks like I was thinking for a second maybe Mungi's making up some time, but I think Infume has just played this so well. He's got the food here, not gonna need to hunger reset. I don't know if there's any way for Mungi to make up in time unless we get a potentially bad stronghold, missed 0. Infume, love to see that he's mended his pickaxe, using that now.
But the gravel in the way, Parker, and it's a thing where it opens terrain-wise here. That's a really nice break for Infume, because I was going to say, like, sure, you've mended this pick, but at the end of the day, like, it's still a gold pick. It only has 30 durability, but it is going to be enough for Infume to get through the terrain. Mungi potentially taking different terrain here, takes way better terrain, is basically at the cords, and is going to be able to make up some time here. What an unbelievable terrain decision from Mungi to get back in this game.
Wow.
Corner room, though, I think it's still too little too late, but he has to pre-craft still, has to organize his inventory. Mungi's ready.
It's gonna be
go.
really close.
Maybe we'll hunger reset. It is gonna go for the hunger reset by Pearling here. Pearl's onto it, but Infume's gonna be entering the end here. What's the 0? It's 056. We have the gold pick still.
Is it back?
Looks pretty doable for Infume here. It's front cage. This is a very standard 0 cycle. Mungi entering the end.
Wow.
It's just going to be too late unless Infume has a really difficult time here.
Yeah, I think that's totally correct. Unless we see a crazy bad 0 here, this should just secure it for Infume. For a second there, Mungi made up so much time. But I think it's going to be a 4 rotation from Infume here. Nice lockout.
Just has the time. Great rotations. Infume's going to take seed 1, but it was close. And I think if a couple things break Mungi's way a little bit better, it really came down to that Bastion terrain decision, Parker. Going high for Infume versus going to the bottom for Mungi. And I mean, what a first seed, a sub 8 for Infume. And I think if the seed finished for Mungi, it would have been a sub 8 as well. So really, really fast on the side of each of these runners. And that Fortress was crazy.
That Fortress was crazy, and Infume needed that lead because as we're looking at the stats from Fortress entered to entered end, he lost time. He lost 14 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, we could see here, like, just building that lead, we could see how much it kind of worked. Not only the terrain getting to the Bastion.
That's crazy.
That Infume made the better routing decision in the Bastion to go for Sugrout, to go to the other Rampart. And I think that Pearl Hang was just the icing on the cake. Just such a great Pearl Hang to the fort.
What's up? Hello, how you doing?
There, where even if Mungi's able to, you know, have some different terrain that was still good, it just was not as perfect as what Infume had.
Yes. Sorry, just phenomenal commentating. Shout out.
No, you're good. Listen, you're good. I'm always trying to figure out. You know, I do yap a lot, but we try and give the runner some time, and while we're yapping about everything. But I mean, that goes to show, Parker. I don't want to call anything too soon, but I want to see this game 5.
Okay, I should.
I'm actually begging. Like that was
limited at like 45 maybe.
So bad. Like let's give all the runners like their like screen time on the big screen. I want to see what we're going to for a seed 2 here. I already forget what the seed bans were, so I don't know what we're even potentially going to. It's going to be very Treasure. An interesting pick because I think this was Mungi's, worst win rate, unless I'm confusing runners. I could be confusing runners. But Buried Treasure, always interesting because it's another very fast seed type.
A Buried Treasure.
Yeah, maybe we're gonna see another sub 8. I think as a solid
Buried treasure seeds are normally quite fast.
One here. Don't want to get down 2-0. We've seen a lot of those, and it's not ended well. But I mean, neither player really making crazy mistakes. I think if Mungi locks in, plays his game, you just need 1, maybe 2 decisions that are slightly different to make up time there. I think the last seed was literally just like terrain to the Bastion was the difference, and then terrain to Stronghold was slightly different. Those are like the two main things. You just need like 1 or 2 to go your way.
It was so interesting too because like the runners both got strays, but they got like strays in different ways. And I think it was so interesting how Infume kind of played in the bad part of the fort there to really lock in. But we see these runners now looking for a buried treasure. Mungi having a hard time finding the initial spike, but ends up finding it. We're going to be going down here relatively soon to find the buried treasure. Both runners on the spike here. Should see it maybe even exposed with some stone. Yes, there it is at the bottom of this warm ocean. So going to need the runners to be aware of grabbing gravel while leaving, because it's going to be a lot harder to get gravel if it is a warm ocean. So we'll see how the runners handle that. Diamond sword on the table, 17 iron, no TNT though, which is a little bit annoying, but we should see some shears come out here.
Yeah, like you have the ability, you can make a gold pick too, even if you need it. So blocks shouldn't be an issue. We got the diamond sword. Love to see that. We're going to see some fast blaze splits, hopefully again. And have you seen a ravine yet? I don't think I've seen one.
I have not. And this is one of those interesting things where, are we going to go back towards the buried treasure and look for a ravine? Are we going to try and find something more near where our trees are immediately? Because I haven't seen really any kelp. Looks like Infume's going to be heading to the gravel first, a little bit ahead. Mungi, for a second, I thought